Welcome to our second video on top 10 choices that I've personally made of games that I have and have played that you can find at Target online, especially when it comes to this sale that's starting this Sunday. If you're watching this right away, Sunday, November 7th, 2021, USA Target Online has a buy two, get one free game special going on for a week. And so I wanted to give you some ideas of some of the games that I know that they sell, because I went online today and checked and made sure that they still have these online. There were some games that I had bought that they no longer have, so I did not include those. I included the top 10, 20, this list is $20 to $30 or $20 to $29 games, my top 10 favorite of these, and we're just going to go through them really quickly to give you an idea of some of the games that you could get. You could get 3 games for $40. 3 substantial games for $40. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. At the most, it would cost you $58 if you got, you couldn't. There's only one that's $29 and all the rest are $25 and under. So for $50 you could get 3 games, or for $40 there are 2 that are $20, so you could get, well, no, because then you'd have to get, so for $41 I'm looking at the prices going math for $41 you could get 3 of these. Anyway, well, let's start at the very beginning at number 10. 10 is actually a crossover between, it's considered mass market, but gamers consider it a good game when it comes to strategy and planning, and it gives you a good bang for your buck. And that is the big box, Blokus. It's a 2 to 4 player, 30-minute game, and it's taking Tetris-shaped pieces and up to 4 people, 4 different colors, and you're trying to create areas that are yours. Keep on putting out as many of your pieces as possible. And so these polyomino shaped pieces, Tetris shaped pieces, and that's basically the game. Try to not get yourself in a corner where you're not able to put down any more of your pieces. That's the key. And it comes in at my number 10, and it's currently, you can get it for just under $20. I mentioned in the first video, if you haven't seen the under $20 video, that what I did was I rounded up. So if it was $19.99, I'm saying it's under 20. If it was $19.50, I'm saying it's under 20. So just so that you know. And I do invite you to look at the under 20 list. This is the $20 to $29 list. And that is one of the cheapest on this list, but quite substantial. The next one on my list, my number 9, and I have not taken the stretchy bands off of my games because I don't want to deal with loose pieces falling around. Splendor. See the name. Splendor is this game. It's got some really prettiness to it, pictures, and you're collecting gems and using the gems to buy cards that are worth points, and you're looking to get the certain number of points, and whoever gets there first is the winner. And so basically it's you collect the cards you need to get more cards, you collect gems to collect cards, and that's the basic game. Cards and gems. Like, that's it. wonderful game. It's considered a welcoming game, a bridge game between the mass market games and the gamer games. This is considered an entry game, one that's easy enough that if you've played any of the if you grew up playing games, you can play this game. It's easy enough to pick up quickly, and it's pretty. I always like pretty. So it's a casual game. Welcome, casual gamer, to get a clue about some of these new games. And this one is actually the most expensive one on this list. It comes in at my number 9, and it's currently selling for just under $29. So this is Splendor, my number 9. And I've got so many big boxes around here. I'm trying to kind of like shuffle them around. My number 8 is Machi Koro. Machi Koro is popular enough that it just came out with Machi Koro 2 just last month. But Machi Koro is the one that I'm counting as my number 8. It is, you know, if you have somebody, or if you are somebody who likes to play Monopoly but don't want it to last so long, Machi Koro is a game that you would recognize aspects of Monopoly without it being so long. I mean, this is 30 minutes. 30 minutes, not 2 hours. And also you're creating, you're buying real estate, but not actually real estate. You're buying factories and companies, okay? And you're creating your kingdom of companies and stores and such. And you buying it is not going to necessarily hurt somebody else. There's one or two that have a little bit of a gotcha to it, but you are really creating your own industry, your own corporation of businesses, and getting points and money from your thing. It's not somebody landing on yours and, oh no, you know, you have a hotel on there. You own things, and you're trying to actually get enough to win the game. You have to purchase these top 3 businesses, and once you've bought the 3rd one, you've won the game. So it's very similar feel to Monopoly, as in you're purchasing things, and but you get to choose what you want to purchase. It's not like you land on it. The dice roll will give you options of what, do you want to buy this or not? Do you want to buy it now, or do you want to buy this other one? And it's not like you have to buy this. It's not like that. So much friendlier, but yet has that feel to it. If you like that concept of buying companies and creating your own corporation. Very simple. It's, you know, cards and tokens, basically. Very easy. It's my number 8, and it comes in at just under $25. Just under $25. And like I say, it was so popular, and everyone I played it with has liked it. But it has been so popular in the last couple years that they've just come out with a Machi Koro 2. Okay, that was my number 8. My number 7 is Horrified. And Horrified is a cooperative game. I like it. I've done a video on Get a Clue, Casual Gamer, on Horrified. So I invite you to go and check it out and see what it's all about. Like I say, it's a cooperative game. It's not a scary game. I don't like horror, but I like this game because, well, let's see. There's the board and pieces, and the monsters are the old movie monsters from the 50s or whatever. Not scary. They're campy. It's a campy feel to it. but this is Horrified, and because it's cooperative, whole families can play it because adults can help the kids a little bit until the kids pick up on it, and then they'll go rolling with it. 1 to 5 players. Yes, you can play it solo. It's one of those games that you can play solo. In fact, most cooperative games you can play solo. So this is one that I have played solo, and I have played with others, and sometimes we win. Actually, most of the time, well, we've done the easy. There's 3 different levels: basic levels, easy, medium, and hard. And also different monsters are easier or harder to beat. And this game, my number 7, Horrified, comes in at just under $23. So, number 6. Number 6 is a newer game, and it's currently exclusively being sold by Target for now. I think they get the first 6 months, and then it'll become available in other stores. But it's called Summer Camp. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I have been to summer camp quite a few times in my life. A couple times as a camper, not often, but as an adult on staff, I've been to summer camp a lot. And this just reminds me of it. You're earning badges, and the other part about it is it's obviously 2 to 4 players, but it's the replayability. It changes without changing. What happens is that you're going to be using 3 decks of cards that can be chosen from 7 decks. So any combination of those 7, you pick out 3 of them and you plug them into that particular game that you're going to play. And then the next time you can pick a totally different 3, or 2 of the same and 1 different. It doesn't matter. It just works that way because it's different badges, different themes. They're called activity packs. There are different ones, and you get you get snack bar tokens, so you can go to the canteen and get your snacks, and you get it's like these, between the merit badges and going to get snacks at the snack bar, or like we called it the canteen. It just reminds me of summer camp in the good way. And it's just basically it's a race. You're going from the beginning and trying to be the first one to get to the end and get the highest point badges. The first person gets the highest point, the second person gets the second highest point, and you're just trying to fill up your card with your badges and your little canteen tokens, and it's just a fun game. It's not hard at all. It's you just move 1 or 2. The cards tell you how many spaces you move, and that's it. I mean, it's really not hard at all, and it's very reminiscent of summer camp. So it comes in at my number 6, and it's being sold right now for just under $25, but only at Target. I think they have a couple more months it probably goes through the end of the year, that they're the only vendors for summer camp. So keep that one in mind. My number 5 is Hues and Cues. And I have done a video about Hues and Cues, so I invite you to go and check that one out to get a little bit more feedback on it. But I love that board. Look at that board. All those colors. And the truth is, this game is very simple. You can teach it in a couple minutes, and it plays up to 10 players. And the more the merrier, the more fun it is. And it really, now, caveat is, if you're colorblind or somebody you know is colorblind, this is not the game for them, because there is no way of being able to tell the difference between some of these hues if you're colorblind. It's very color specific. So that is a heads up warning. It comes in at my number 5 because it's so pretty and so easy to teach and play. And it plays a lot of people. It's a considered a party game. And so Hues and Cues, my number 5, and it's currently selling for just under $25. Here we go. I'm creating a tower over here. My number 4 is the only small box out of all of these. It's like, oh my gosh, they all want, you know, my under 20 were much smaller piles. But Arboretum. Arboretum is also a newer game to me. It was on my wish list for a long time, and then it got put on sale, and so I finally got one. You are creating an orchard of trees, and you're creating sets of these trees, and you're trying to end up with the majority of a specific kind of tree. And these are all the different kinds of trees in the game, just so that you can see. It's just so pretty. And depending on how many players to how many different trees are played at that time. And I played it with 2 players, I believe. It was just the 2 of us. And so we used 6 of the trees out of the 10 that there are. And you can pick out whichever 6 you like. And so I picked out the ones that I thought were the prettiest or most nostalgic for me and my family. But Arboretum is a beautiful, beautiful game. And basically you're just trying to end up with the most of whatever trees you're choosing, and getting the score depending on who's got the most and what points you can get for that type of tree. And that is Arboretum. Very simple game and not hard at all to learn or to play. It's my number 4 in the category of $20 to $29 game, and it comes in at just under $21. $21. My number 3. My number 3 is called First Contact. First Contact is a game where you and other people are at least one person. Sometimes there's more than 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many people are playing the game. The game plays 3 to 7. Well, it says 2 to 7, but I say 3 to 7 because I have played it with 3 people and I've played it with 2 of us, and the 2 players, it just was not working at all. I don't think we were getting enough information out, and so I would definitely suggest 3 to 7 players when you play First Contact. Well, at least one of you is playing an alien, and at least one of you is playing a human, an earthling. And you're trying to communicate without knowing the other person's language. So, when I played it 2-person, we were laughing so hard because we were so lost. It was like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. And so it's just kind of like, it could be a very fun game. And it's a little thinky because you're trying to figure out from the clues what word does that symbol represent. And so First Contact is a deductive type of game. You're trying to deduce what word matches that symbol, or how can I use my symbols to 2, 3, 4 symbols to represent a word in their lexicon. And it's just a fun game. I just whether I'm laughing because we're so off or I'm laughing because we got it, it's a fun game. First Contact, my number 3, and it's just under $25. My number 2, Kingdomino. And I have done a video on this one as well. Kingdomino, check it out if you're truly interested. Just like the name makes you think of domino, that's basically what the game is. You're creating your own kingdom with these tiles that have 2 sides to them, and they have different terrain, or they might even have the same terrain on both sides, but you're matching them up with similar terrain, trying to create sections of that similar terrain with crowns on them to get points at the end of the game. And your kingdom can only be 7 by 7 squares, so that is limiting, and so it keeps you creating this little square of a kingdom, and it's really easy. It has won Game of the Year in Spiel des Jahres in Germany, and it's popular enough that they came out with Queendomino, and then a kind of like a kids version with dinosaurs. I can't remember if it's Dinosauromino. Dinosauromino. I don't remember. And then they just last month came out with Kingdomino Origins, which is cavemen, and you're trying to get tiles with fire on them. In this one, you're trying to get tiles with crowns on them. Yeah. So a similar game, but very easy to learn and teach. It's very easy to play. There's a little bit of strategy trying to create your kingdom so that you get as many points at the end of the game. And it currently probably is this price because there are all the other ones, and the newest one that just came out last month. You can get this for under $20. Kingdomino, under $20. It's an award-winning game. Very fun, and my number 2. And my number 1 is Quirkle. My number 1 in the $20 to $29 category that you can find on Target online is Quirkle. Quirkle is another tile laying game, and basically you're either going to match all the same color different symbols, or all the same symbols different colors. That's it. That's the rules. And you score points, and you score points, and you score points, and it's like, okay, I can do this. This is doable. And so the only thing is that whoever keeps score needs to do a whole lot of adding. You're going to be adding a lot, but it's a simple game. It's a good looking game to put out. You're just making rows, kind of like Scrabble. You know, these rows that meet the criteria, whether they're all the same color but different designs, or all the same design but different colors. That's it. That's what you're going for. It's not my number 1, and like I said, I did a video for this one as well, so you can check out the video that I did on Get a Clue about Quirkle. And my number 1, and it comes in at just under $25 right now. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 $20 to $29 games that you can find at Target right now. But November 7th, and it usually lasts a week long, they have announced that there's the sale where you buy 2 get 1 free. So you could buy any 2 of these and get a third one free. Hello, that makes sense. I do have 3 honorable mentions that I would like to mention, and the first one is Wits and Wagers. Wits and Wagers. It's Vegas, baby. It's a fun game, but you need to have people who just want to take a chance. It's like you're not losing anything except maybe the game. It's a push your luck type thing, but it's also it's a trivia game that the answers are always numbers, but you don't have to know the answer. You can actually wager on the wit of somebody else, because y'all put an answer down for a numerical question, and then they're placed on the wager board like this, and then you wager which one do you think is right or the closest to correct. And then if that one is, and it wins, then you win. Your answer could be way over here, but your bet could be way over here, and you won. It's like without having any clue. But it does take, oops, let me go sideways. It does take a good group, and a group that's willing to just kind of like Sure, okay, let's just put it there. And, or just like 423. There we go, that's my guess. And just have fun with it. But again, like I said, it was my number 11. Let's just say that. It was my number 11. And it comes in at just under $25. Okay, put that down. My B, that was my A, my honorable mention. My B is Telestrations. And I love this game, but the reason why it didn't make my top 10 is because technically you don't need this game to play this game. I have a 6-player one, which is a very small version of it. That really, if you're going to buy Telestrations, you should get the 8-player or the 12-player versions. And the 8-player is, I think, what's being sold on Target online right now. So make sure it's an 8 or a 12-player. It's kind of a cross between Pictionary and Telephone. Yeah. And the reason why I say you don't actually have to have this game to play this game, though it, in the long run, if you're going to play it a lot, it makes it a whole lot easier to have the wipe off cards that you flip and just keep on doing that. But you could do it with paper and pencil. I mean, yeah, it can be played that way. That's how I first played it. And then I came across this and went, oh, this is that game we were playing with all the, ragtag pieces of paper. But yeah, so it's a fun game. It's a hilarious game when you get through it. Dice Tower on YouTube just did a playthrough of this just this past week, and it's hilarious that you at the end you're comparing the drawing and the writing, the phrases, and it's just like, how did a dog under a tree become an elephant jumping over a train? It's hilarious. And that was my number 12. Oh, and it's coming in at just under $20. So, good price. And my last honorable mention is Carcassonne. Carcassonne is a grandfather of gamer games, of welcoming games, of bridge games, of games that help people who have only grown up with mass market games kind of bridge over to something a little bit more. It uses tile laying. You're placing down pieces. This is like a city, and this is the farming, and then there's a monastery and roads that go from one to the other. And this is the game that gave us the word meeple. So if you've ever heard the word meeple, these are meeples, and this game is the first one to have meeples, and that's where we get the name from. It's from Carcassonne. Carcassonne is not a difficult game. It's a little bit over a half hour they suggest that it'll take. Excuse me. And it's 2 to 5 players. I'm looking at the back here. It's a good game. It's I don't win it. I can tell you that right now. I almost never win it, but I do the best I can. And there you have it. And I have fun with family and friends when I play it. It's just not quite up there, probably because I don't win. Maybe if I won a few times, I'd like it more. But it must be really good if it's still on my list and I don't win. But it also is currently being sold for just under $27. So those are all the games I have from $20 to $29 that I know are on Target online right now today, and should be there this Sunday when they start their buy 2 get 1 free sale. And I hope this gave you some good ideas and some good choices to pick from, and good gaming. Have fun. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.